then once we got through the rhythm section, we started talking about who was going to sing. And I've been working with my old friend Sebastian Bach quite a bit. And the guy's still in good form. Looks exactly the same as he did 20 years ago. Sounds great. Yeah, I love him.
Thank you, Matt. I love you
true
too.
rock and roll spirit right there, Sebastian Bach. So we got Sebastian Bach coming, and Sebastian's going to sing a lot of the GNR material that we're going to do. Because he's been hanging out with them quite a bit. I've heard that. So
just got off the road with Guns N' Roses last month.
Yeah. And so Sebastian's going to do that, and we're going to do a few GNR tunes, and we're going to do a couple Skid Row tunes. And then my good friend Glenn Hughes. Yeah. Which, in my opinion, is one of the greatest rock singers out there.
Yeah. Yes.
And also a very good guy.
Thank you so much.
Great
to be on board. What a great lineup, thank you.
And with Glenn, we're going to do some great Deep Purple songs, of course. And then we're also going to do Glenn's going to sing some of the Cult songs, and we've got a great set list. And then after Mike Inez is actually going to be playing bass from Alice in Chains as well. So we're going to have an amazing lineup. And then after that, Joe Elliott came into the mix from Def Leppard. So we're going to get up and do some Def Leppard hits, which will be killer. Songs like Animal and Pour Some Sugar on Me. And then to completely top off the bill, we got the legendary Gene Simmons of Kiss to come on board. And that just put the icing on the cake. And in my opinion, we got what I would call the greatest rock and roll tour in my distant memory. All in one shot, too. You don't have to go watch a bunch of different bands. It's like we're going to do it all together, which is, I don't think, ever been done. So, on that note, I'll pass it.
Sebastian,
Yes.
would you like to say something maybe?
Well, I'm just honored to play with the best musicians in rock and roll. I've known them all for a long time. Duff just released a great book called It's So Easy and Other Lies. It's a great book. Anybody read Duff's book? It's incredible.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Very well written. No ghostwriter. And so it's an honor to play. I've been listening to Kiss since I was 7 years old.
He's born in 1990.
So I know there's a lot of rock and roll fans in South America. You guys are very passionate about your rock and roll, and you're very, I'd say probably one of the greatest rock and roll audiences in the world is South America. So I always love going down there. I'm headlining a tour right before this tour of my own, and I'm staying down there to rock out with the greatest musicians I can think of in rock music.
Dude, put your flesh down, man. You are not aware. Put your flesh down. Cállate la boca.
Thank you so much.
The best
For me, this collective of chaps on this stage, and the ones that are here today with us, for the rock fan, I think it's a dream come true lineup, really. I mean, all these great artists from great bands, quite a few records sold, and like Sebastian said, South America, Central America is an amazing experience for rock and roll in general, and I'm just proud to be on the stage with my friends. I've known all these chaps for a long, long time. Great stories, but I shan't tell you them all. It'll be revealed as we go along. But I'm really looking forward to digging in and helping out and doing what I can to make this the greatest rock and roll show of this year at least. And let's move forward. And I'm really grateful to be on board. Thanks for inviting me, Matt. God bless you. Thank you for coming.
Duff?
Yeah, hi. Hey guys, who's from South and Central America here? Is anybody? Yes, you guys? Where are you from?
Peru.
Peru.
Nice.
I've only landed there. This will be my first time going to Peru. Somebody's got Guatemala I've never been to. Paraguay, never been to.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. But by the time this thing goes there, I will have been there once. I'm going there at the end of this month. I think it's Costa Rica.
Central.
Here, yeah, that's Central America, thank you. And, you know, the funny thing about this is, I've known all these guys fairly well. Gene just over more the last few years. You know, the guys that are still around doing this thing, that we were upstairs talking about some of our heroes like Jimmy Page and Jeff Beck. And, you know, the guys that are still around doing, those guys that have stayed around and do this thing are usually the best guys you want to be hanging out with. And the same is true with all these fellas here, and that's great. I know Matt talked about doing some sort of rock and roll review in the mid-90s, going to South America with me and Steve Jones and John Taylor, doing some sort of thing like this. So this has been a gestation in Matt's head for probably at least 15 years or so. So I'm proud of my buddy for putting this thing together, and I probably wasn't the easiest guy to get into the camp lately, but I'll cop to that. But this is great. Matt put it all together, and he pushed this thing through, and he got everybody believing in this thing, and that's great. And cheers to Matt, and I really look forward to coming back down here again. This will be twice in one in the 12-month period. 3 times. Yeah, so I'm psyched. Yep.
Gilby?
Right on. Well, once again, I think I share the same feelings as most of the guys. That I'm excited, definitely about the musicianship. I mean, it's going to be fun. Even though we're playing songs most people know, it's going to be exciting just to play with the guys. I've actually been lucky enough to play most of these places like Paraguay, Peru, and Chile, and even Panama City. And they really are some of the greatest audiences in the world. And Matt, thanks for picking this. This is a great place to do this. You know, these are very passionate people, and they love music. They definitely like hard rock. So for me, this is going to be very exciting.
Gene. Buenas tardes, compadres. In all seriousness, this is going to be a great time. It's not about us, it's about... Louder? How about the sound guy? Can you put it louder? Noch einmal, wiederholen Sie noch einmal. You want it in German or some other language? This is, in all seriousness, a great time for us to pay tribute and what's that?
Thank you, Gene.
Deutsch? Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Hochdeutsch?
Ich spreche noch nicht.
Du sprichst? Wo hast du gelernt? Auf der Schule?
Auf meiner Mutter.
So, this is all going to be for an important honor. It is our honor to step up on stage, hallowed ground, holy ground, in front of our bosses. We're doing all this for the fans. We're going to have a great time, and this harkens back to a magical moment in rock and roll history. Yes, rock and roll history, when the great Alan Freed allowed the legends of rock and roll, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, and all of the greats on stage together. The fans got the best shows of their life. Every few songs, another legend would come on board. And we're just trying to follow in the great tradition of rock and roll, the camaraderie, the family of all of us together, paying homage to the fans, who are our bosses. And this is all for our Latin American fans, and we're going to have a great time.
Sorry?
I just wanted to add one other gentleman to the mix, which I left out. Mr. Ed Rowland from Collective Soul. And he's an amazing singer, and he's going to join us and be on stage as well. So I think I got it right. Yep.
Yes.